Yo, 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 what's up, boils and ghouls? JT here. Got another update coming. I'm doing this one just like I did my last update with everything spread out here, you know. And, but got lots of stuff. Got albums, comics, Blu-rays, DVDs, one video game. But this is another David Lee T style vid, you know. If you guys still haven't checked him out, do it. Guy's awesome. Just had a new video up today that I watched. A lot of good flea market and thrift store finds he had. But, you know, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get on into this. First, let's go ahead and show off this beast of an album here. Picked this up yesterday. This is a vinyl. I do collect a lot of vinyl, have probably around 200 or so. And this is by a great 80s punk band called Flipper. Well, they're kind of one of the pioneers of grunge, grunge punk rock, or whatever you want to call it. This is a live album, but the quality is amazing on it. Just a really good album. I was happy to find this. I got it for $6, and it is a new album. And also, the bass player for Nirvana was the bass player on this album, Chris Novoselic. I think's how you say his name. But Nirvana is my all-time favorite band, and Flipper was definitely a huge influence on them. So you know, going to be a Flipper fan regardless, you know, but. Really good band. I'm really into punk music. I don't know if I've ever told that on here or not, but you know, I have been since I was 14, just into skateboarding and punk music and just all that good stuff. But go ahead and show some of the movies here. Got the Watchmen Blu-ray. This is the director's cut, and it has the town in there, which is not supposed to be in there. That's out of case. But we'll just lay this over here. Well, if I can get it hold of it. But anyways, this is the 3-disc. I must have stuck the town in there after I got done watching it. But special features, one disc of special features, the Blu-ray, and a digital copy. And The Watchmen was an awesome comic book movie. A lot of people had mixed feelings about it, but I really liked it a lot. I actually read the comic the night before the movie came out, like all 500 pages of it. But I wanted to, you know, be fresh on it for the movie, so borrowed it off one of my friends and checked it out, and had to pick up the Blu-ray. And next up, we got a stack of DVDs here, some pawn shop finds. These are I separated these into categories, and these are like non-horror related or just, you know, comedies and action mixed in together. First up, we have Encino Man, great Pauly Shore 90s Brendan Fraser movie. Just a great comedy I used to watch all the time back in the day. You know, it's got the Weasel in there, Weiss in the Juice. Just a good find. I was happy to get that one. Next up, you know, with the new Planet of the Apes coming out and all, I wanted to go back and revisit this one. And I watched the new Planet of the Apes, and I can't recommend that one enough. That is awesome. But picked up the Tim Burton, Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes, and you know, it's fun for its time. You know, I liked it back then. I still continue to like it. Watched this one in theater also, but good movie. You can't hate on it. Next up, here's a Clint Eastwood 3-pack with High Plains Drifter, Joe Kidd, 2 Mules for Sister Sarah. Another one for the Clint Western collection. Big fan, always have been. It's my dad's favorite actor, is Clint Eastwood. So needless to say, grew up watching a lot of his movies and had to get that. All these were $2 a piece. This next one up is Mothman Prophecies. Been getting into the Mothman story here lately. It's not very far from where I live, where all this stuff happened at. So I may visit that one day. But this movie, I mean, it's a snoozer in my opinion. I don't like Richard Gere, but it's kind of cool just because it's Mothman. But that's about all I can say about that. And next up is the comedy Dazed and Confused. Gotta love that. 70s stoner comedy. Well, not really 70s, but based in the 70s. Just a great movie, great soundtrack, great cars, great actors, everything. And this was the cream of the crop of finds. This is one of my favorite punk rock movies. This is Sid and Nancy, based on the Sex Pistols bass player, Sid Vicious, and Nancy Spungen, I think that's how you say her name. Something like that. But Gary, what's his name? Gary Oldman, I think, played Sid. He just did an awesome job. This movie is directed by Alex Cox, who did Repo Man, which is another awesome punk movie that I need to get. But if you haven't seen this, I definitely recommend checking that out. Great movie. I seen that when I was about 14 and changed my life. Needless to say. Next up is horror DVDs. We got Witchcraft, the very first. There's like 13 of these crappy movies, but I've always wanted to watch them, so, you know, got to start somewhere, so start at the first. You know, I got this one for like $2. Love the cover art on those. Always remember them from the video stores back in the day. They look like HBO pornos or something like that. And the next up is the Dario Argento, Julian Sands, Asia Argento, Phantom of the Opera. Also a turd, this movie is. I was disappointed highly in this movie. In my opinion, Argento was just reaching for this, trying to be artistic or, you know, or whatnot. But, you know, Asia, however you say her name, was looking pretty good in it. But that's about all I can say about that movie. Next up, happy to get this one, Friday the 13th, fully uncut. Didn't own the uncut version. Get to see the extra gores, really cool. You know, all-time favorite movie, top 5. Friday the 13th, you can't go wrong uncut. And next, I finally found the 8-movie pack that a lot of people has been talking about on here. And I wanted this for the full moon, 4 full moon movies on here. I could care less about the others, and I already have like 7 copies of Prom Night. So, but this has Evil Bong, Meridian, Decadent Evil. I'm sorry. That's part of the Subspecies movies. And Demonic Toys, which is an awesome movie. Gotta love cheesy full moon movies for $5 too. If you guys find this at your Walmart, pick it up. Can't recommend it enough. Next up, we got superhero movies. Kind of run through this kind of fast because I got a lot to show, and I can still only do 10-minute videos through my phone, so whatever. Batman Forever, needed this one for the Batman collection. I really liked this movie. Thought the actors did a good job. Other than Chris O'Donnell, I don't really care much for him, but good Batman film nonetheless. Next up is Batman Returns, another one for the Batman collection. The only one I need now is Batman and Robin with Mr. Freeze. But I always liked Batman Returns when it first came out. Watched it a lot. Picked up the Spider-Man Special Edition 2-disc, widescreen, classic movie. Well, it's on its way to being classic, I think. You know, it's just a great superhero movie, great Marvel movie. And picked up the sequel. Now I have all the Spider-Man films. And I don't know about the new one. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but this is the 2-disc widescreen Special Edition also. Next up, video game, the one and only I picked up this time around, is Blue Dragon. And this is, man, sorry, I lose my voice, but this is the where the characters are made by the same guy that did Dragon Ball Z, so I was anxious to check this role-playing game out. Really good, recommend that. Good game. And the next thing I want to show is a stack of comics that I went yesterday. Me and my friends did to our comic shop, and I was digging through some boxes and found these. Super excited to get these, but not this one. This was a freebie, but this was a preview of the reboot of DC. Now, I've been off and on DC over the years, but with this reboot coming out, I'm going to subscribe to a few titles to check them out. Some, mainly the ones I'm anxious for is Swamp Thing and the new Aquaman, and I may check out one of the Batman titles or Superman titles. I'm not sure, but sorry, getting a message, but can't wait to, you know, for next month for these to come out, but I picked that up for free. But the series I picked up here, and it's not all of the ones in the series, but there's 27, I think, total in this series, and this is the 8th series of Punisher. And there wasn't anything special about this at first. I was like, you know, it's the 8th series of Punisher. I was my brother-in-law actually started telling me about these, and I started getting interested in them because of one thing. But I picked up number 6, and this was when Dark Reign was going on. And then here's where it gets interesting, but it starts taking place at issue 11, but I couldn't find that one, but I got 12, and this is the Frankencastle, Punisher Frankenstein. Look at that cover art. That's amazing. Punisher gets killed and comes back as Frankenstein working with the Legion of Monsters. Just great stuff. And here's number 14, number 15. Love that cover art, fighting some Nazi zombies. Look at that. Awesome. Number 16. And I'm going to get the rest of these. I'm going to make an order on a website that I always go to get comics off of. And number 17, Frankencastle. Great stuff, great read. Highly recommend those. Good horror Marvel mix with the Punisher. But that's it for this update, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.